Hi guys, so you requested that we do an overview of the indicator after so many updates for 2 months now. Alright, so just we'll get over with a few things. This is global uptrend, right? This is based on moving average and the road. So you see corrections, you see uptrend, you see downtrend, you see downtrend corrections. So this is Ichimoku. You'll see if the price is above the cloud or below the cloud, and the cloud values are inside the indicator list, right? So we see that. And if the price is inside the cloud, you'll also see the notification here. So spread, this is pretty simple. Lot size as per the value inside the input settings. So profit, we change this from target to profit. So this is percentage. I can change it to amount. So if I'm preparing for, let's say, FTMO, right, I can just change it to amount. So maybe your target would be $1,000, right? So this is per chart or per pair profit. So you can see the profit including commissions and everything. So you don't have to just guess, okay, you closed in profit, but actually you closed in negative, right? So this is an overall profit. So this is RSI. If you just want to look at these values by glance, so you don't have 1,000 chart indicator opens. So stochastic, we have this is pretty simple, right? This is you can just, if you don't know, you can just Google them if you're new and you don't know these values. So Google these values, stochastic and RSI forex. So bull power, bear power. So this is right now white, so there is no difference, a lot of difference between them. So if we go to, let's say here, we see the bears are stronger, right? So this is color now, and maybe here the bulls are stronger, right? So we can see here. Now about the road, let's talk about the road. So the road has gone through a lot of changes. It has been optimized and the signals have been optimized, right? We have something major that came was the patterns that you see. So you don't have to really rely on the arrows altogether. So you can just see the patterns and use them in your own strategy for reversals, right? So now what we did was we have two roads. One is for the calculation and the other one is just to see the movement, right? So that made the recently, that when we updated, we saw a lot of slowness and all that, right? So that was fixed through this workaround. So now we have the road, we have these patterns, we have the trend arrows, which have been improved and will be improved even more than what we see now. And we have reversal arrows, which have significantly gone through a lot of improvement recently. The accuracy has been improved due to the candle patterns. We have pivot points, right? So I'll explain each one of them one by one and fast. So we have the road, we have support resistance, right? You can change the time frame in the settings here. Just go through all these settings, right? So I get a lot of questions and the settings already there. Anyway, so in support resistance, you can just change the time frame or whatever you want. You can just, if you're specifically trading support resistance, you can enable the possible supports also, right? So there you go. We see the possible ones also here, right? This one here and this here. So now what else we have? We have multiple time frames. So multiple time frame support resistance. If you just hover over these values, right, these ones here, we can see this is 1 hour resistance. This is based on fractals. Okay, this one here also. So H1 support, right? So we have monthly also, we have weekly also, as well as daily. So these are very important for reversals. You can see that the price reversed from this 1 hour resistance. Okay, so we have these ones also. These are pivot points, daily pivot points. You can just change the pivot value from whatever you want. It's available around here inside. Anyways, it's around here, just so you can change the time frame. Right now it's 1 day. So these pivot points are calculated HLC ones, HLC pivot points, high, low, close. You can Google that if you want, HLC, what that means. And this is based on Fibonacci, whatever you want to call it. So here, this is neutral, this is negative 38, and so the possible where the price can go and not go, right? So we see 38% exact bounce, the price bounce from here. So the price was above RSI, stochastic was pretty exhausted and all that, and we had the 1 hour support, resistance, and the price reversed around 600 points, right? That's a lot of points. So you can just look at all these are values that literally you would not have access to, right? So they're like retarded indicators that give you these values and to make it so complicated that they're not useful at all anymore. Anyway, so we see these are a bit difficult to implement, so these are sometimes a bit off, but they're extremely accurate also. So these are Fibonacci levels. So the 61% is the most important one. So if you want to look for the price overall movement from here till here, how much is going to reverse, is probably going to reverse till 61%. But if it's going to continue upwards, you can see that it might reverse till 38%. We'll have a 23% here also. So because here we can see that the price reversed from 23%, not 38%. So if it's going to continue upwards a little bit, so you can see those points also at any given point. Here we saw that once the 61% has crossed, so there's a very high chance that the trend is going to continue that way. For example, if it breaks 61% here downwards, we can expect that the price is going to continue downwards a lot, and it might not even respect this 100%. But if it does, we can see a reversal till 61 and then maybe down. Okay, and so if it crosses the 100 point, that's trend has totally changed. So that's very important, and later we are going to consider that into the signals and their TP and all that, step by step, everything. So you can see how far we have come in 2 months, right? And that is going to just continue a lot. It is going to improve a lot, and once we have AI also involved, this is just going to get insane. So we've covered this, we have covered this one, and we covered SRs, we covered the trend signals, right? These are based on MACD and the road. So bulls and bears, so we have bear patterns. So if you have any your strategy looking for a sell, you can just look for the patterns. As soon as the patterns start forming, you can take the deal, right? So here these are really good patterns, right? So the most important ones are the most, if you see them, it's kind of like a guarantee. Look at this star. No, where is it? Here it is a star pattern, right? So this is kind of like a very strong indication the price is about to reverse. Okay, so there is another one, doji, right? So you can see the doji somewhere here, should be here. They're pretty rare, but they're not just normal dojis, they're morning star dojis, right? So which are actually more important. Just a small doji by itself is useless, so we only keep the ones that are important. That's the only thing we need. Otherwise you'll see the whole chart would be full of candle patterns. So anyways, so that's it. Let's go to, we have a local trend line. This you already know, right? So the price hugs this trend line a lot, so you can just enable them and you can see the trend, right? So whatever the price is taking, so if it's red, just take the sell and stuff. So that depends if you really want to use it. I've not put any strategy along it. Maybe I have, I think I used to use it, so that's why I put it there. Currently I'm not following this strategy, I'm following a different one. So because I don't have a lot of time these days to trade, so what I'm doing is following strategy 6, which is kind of takes it's not like micro scalping. Before I used to like trade on 1 minute, right? So now I'm trading on 5 minutes because it takes a lot of time for the price to, I have a lot of room to do a lot of other stuff, right? So if you have less time, you can just go up the trend, up the time frame. Let's say 15 minutes is fine for you, right? But I think 5 minutes just is fine for me now because I can do other stuff also and trade at the same time. I'm not that accurate still while doing other stuff, so I have to have full accuracy, but I'm not doing pretty bad. I mean, I'm not doing that bad, so I'm going profitable anyways. So multi-time frame trend bar. Okay, so this is given by Dennis, and there are Dennis arrows here also. You can enable them. We have disabled them by default because they were Dennis strategy involves support resistance, and we don't have any way right now to filter arrows according to that. Okay, especially we can do that the live arrows but not the past ones, right? So we'll just consider what to do, because if we do the past ones it's just going to break MT4, because support resistance have to be calculated every single candle, and that is very difficult to do. We'll find out another way in future, but right now we're considering that we'll just enable it on the live arrows, so you can see whenever the price hits support resistance, so we can see the Dennis arrow after that. So maybe that is going to increase that's going to become useful a lot. Anyway, so we have candle patterns, we have strategy 5 arrows. These are strategy 5 arrows. You can look at the strategy 5, how to trade that. We have multi-time frame trend bar. All right, so yeah, I forgot about that one. So this is given by Dennis also. So this is based on ADX and parabolic SAR, not based on the road, because it's gonna be, we'll have to calculate road for each time frame, and that is very difficult. I mean, processor intensive. Anyways, in future we'll think about that also. But currently it's pretty good also. So we have like a downtrend on 15 minute, 5 minute. We can see, okay, if I'm trading on 1 minute, right, I can go, if it's an uptrend on 1 minute, I can just go on up 1 minute, and when there is a sell entry, it's going to align with this overall movement downwards. So that gives you an opportunity of, you know, to understand without opening any other time frame, to know what is happening in that time frame. So yellow is ranging, red is going down, and green is going up, right? So I've made these small because really this is 1 minute, 5 minute, and after that we don't really need to see a lot of stuff. We can just understand from here. It's pretty easy to understand, I guess. All right, so we understand these points, right? The price went here. It can, when it went up till here, it can come to until around this range, right? We can expect the price to come around this range. If it's going to continue upwards, it's going to come like this and have a correction, and then it's going to continue upwards, right? So yeah, for now that's it. We'll include trend lines later. So these trend lines are going to, I am pretty excited because this has become what I actually envisioned it to become, but it became faster than what I expected. But so pretty excited that where it's going, and this is going to change a lot of lives, and that is thrilling. So all these analysis I had to do myself, so I'm literally able to, it made my life easier to be able to trade. Now I can work and trade at the same time because of all these analysis being done. Plus the strategy 6 is a bit easier on a 5 minute time frame. I don't have to just sit down and just look at it. It's kind of pretty interesting. Anyhow, so this is all for now. So happy trading and good luck to you all. A lot of people have become successful, have become consistent, and are making money, right, in just 2 months, and they were not making money before, and I'm pretty happy for them, and that is pretty exciting. And I hope to see all those who come to the group and are using this. It's in my interest that everyone just keeps on improving, and the less analysis they have to do, or what I see in the price, I can just picture it into the indicator so you can see it also. That gives you better edge than anyone else in the market, so you can make better decisions and make money, right? So that is the goal here, right? Whatever we see, we don't have to analyze. So whatever you guys have a strategy or a suggestion, just keep on coming and just give them in the feature requests, or you have some other strategy that you think we can implement into the road and works with the road, we can implement it. It's going to benefit all.